don't drink bottled water. There was another study that just came out showing that, yeah, it accelerates cognitive decline. Not good. So there was a new study that just came out, is now included in an entire body of research that built upon previous studies. And they compared two groups of people at a neurology department at the Wuxi People's Hospital. Half of the people had a biomarker for Alzheimer's, okay? The other half did not. They measured the amount of microplastics in their cerebrospinal fluid at the beginning of the research period. All right. And so they meticulously documented lots of different characteristics, right? Their demographics, their medication history, as well as their personal habits over the past 2 years, including dietary habits and bottled water consumption. Meanwhile, all the participants successfully underwent a 1-year follow-up period, with the mini mental state examination being administered both before and after the follow-up, respectively. So throughout this follow-up period, none of the participants received any medication for cognitive impairment. FYI, okay? The study provides the first evidence of cerebrospinal fluid microplastics in neurological disorders. These findings highlight a potentially concerning presence of microplastics in the central nervous system of the human body and may play an adverse role in the development of Alzheimer's disease. Basically, they found that the people that said that they drank more bottled water had a worse cognitive decline, faster cognitive decline than those that did not. They also had more microplastics in their body, okay? These findings suggest that a heightened infiltration of polyethylene microplastics could be related with cognitive decline in Alzheimer's individuals. The longitudinal study revealed that higher baseline cerebrospinal fluid polyethylene levels correlated with greater cognitive decline over 1 year, suggesting possibly accelerated Alzheimer's disease-related cognitive deterioration. These discoveries suggested that the gradual accumulation of microplastics in the cerebrospinal fluid were associated with cognitive decline among Alzheimer's individuals. So they're not saying that bottled water causes Alzheimer's. They are just saying that it accelerates it. And this should not be shocking. This should not be controversial. Microplastics, extremely smaller microplastics, which are now being categorized as nanoplastics, those were shown to cross the blood-brain barrier 5 years ago. Okay. That was the first research of that. That's now been proven over and over again. Microplastics may enter the brain due to inflammation and aging, which weakens the blood-brain barrier. Polyethylene microplastics are lipophilic, which allows them to bind to brain tissue because our brain is incredibly fatty, right? Yeah, microplastics trigger oxidative stress, inflammation, and activation of brain immune cells. These effects could disrupt blood-brain barrier function, allowing even more microplastics to enter the brain. It is not easy for substances to get into cerebrospinal fluid. The blood-cerebrospinal fluid barrier is formed by tight junctions between different cells, right? And it restricts the passage of most substances from the blood into cerebrospinal fluid. All I would say is that it is not easy or accessible to test for Alzheimer's now, right? But early detection in Alzheimer's is key. And if there are things that we know can exacerbate Alzheimer's, then we should not do those things. We already know that there are things that can exacerbate or accelerate cognitive decline. Things like poor sleep, things like a poor diet, right? Also, if you have a family history in genetics, right? Other medical conditions like cardiovascular disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, all of those things are also exacerbated and connected to microplastics, right? That's already been shown. But early detection truly is key. And so that is why, out of an abundance of caution, nobody should be drinking bottled water. Mind you, I have like 50 other reasons why you shouldn't be drinking bottled water. Anyways, long story short, yeah, bottled water bad. Bottled water accelerates cognitive decline and Alzheimer's. And I mean, it's just another study showing that. So yeah, I would not drink bottled water. Don't drink bottled water.